In the next couple of tutorial videos, we're going to be seeing some of the standard collection classes that implement collection interfaces that Java provides. So in this case specifically, we're going to be looking at the linked list collection class. Now, linked lists are an alternative to array lists that computer scientists have come up with. Now, if you recall back to the beginning of our training in Java, we spoke in detail about arrays and array lists. So, while an array list uses an array internally to store the data, a linked list uses nodes to hold the elements. So these nodes then point to each other, thus leading to the name linked list. So a linked list is not fixed in its size. You can add and remove elements according to your needs. It accepts any object type. So for example, you can input integers, strings, floats, whatever. They will all be valid. Each element contains a reference to the next element, except for the last, whose following element is null, as you can see in the diagram here. Now, for those of you who have forgotten what null means in Java, it's simply a value that indicates that the object reference is not currently referring to an object. And finally, this class can be found in the Java Utilities package. So in the next step, we're going to be seeing how to use a linked list in Java. So meet me in the next step. In this step, we're going to see how to use a linked list in Java. So in our example, we start off by importing the linked list implementation from the Java utility package. And then we're instantiating here an object type linked list named L using the constructor from the linked list implementation or class, if you prefer. So now that we've instantiated our linked list, we're going to add elements to that linked list. So this is what we're doing here. So l.add, L is the name of the linked list. So l.add. Then we're in this case adding a string type for the letter A. Here we're adding an integer type 10 and finally a float type 12.50f. So remember, a linked list can accepts any types of objects. So that's why we can do that here. Then once we've added our elements, we just basically want to display the those elements, or the values of those elements, I should say. And we're doing that with this for loop here. So we've seen this many times, so I'm not going to explain it again. Then just to play around a bit, we're going to be removing the first and last elements of our linked list, and we do that with these methods: remove first and remove last. So normally that should remove A and 12.50f. Okay, we'll see if that's the case at the end. And just to see if that is the case, again, we're going to display the values of the elements again with the same for loop. So let's run the program. So we start off by instantiating our linked list. Then we enter the 3 elements. We want to print out the values of those 3 elements, so that's what we've done here. Element at index 0 is A, correct. Element at index 1 is 10, correct. And element at index 2 is 12.5 or 50, which is correct. Then, as I said, just to play around, we wanted to remove the first and last elements of our linked list. So we did that with these instructions. Then we printed out the value of the remaining element, which is, as you can see here, element at index 0 is 10, which is correct because we deleted the first and last element, which is A and 1250, so that leaves us with 10. So that's how you use a linked list in Java.